word victim to me always felt like it had this air of self-pity attached to it. All these negative, nasty social connotations that aren't necessarily true. Victim for me felt like this was your fault, you know? Or, oh, poor you couldn't do anything to get yourself out. Like, you know, it just felt like I was blaming myself with that word dangling over my head, even though that's not at all true. Don't be afraid to embrace the word victim, because a victim implies that you have been brutalized in some way or multiple ways. You have been made a victim, whether you like it or not. And once you realize that you are a victim, and there is really not much you could have done to prevent any of that from happening, then you become a survivor. And then you can grow stronger, and you can learn to heal and process. And then you feel less like a victim and more like a queen.
It's not linear at all. It's not just a straight in there. It is a roller coaster. One day you're up, one day it feels really good. You just have like all this joy and energy. And sometimes it's not even just day by day. It's a moment to moment type of thing. There could be something that will trigger you and you're like, whoa, what just happened? Even if you don't know where the trigger came from, or whether it's a show, a song, or anything, right? Just throughout the day, a thought, someone else speaking, or whatever it may be. So it's definitely an up and down kind of thing. So just taking it day by day, but sometimes moment by moment. It's like we've talked about a lot at Willow, just finding something positive about the day overall and not letting one feeling or one thought or one action dictate the rest of the day or your journey. Because sometimes it can feel like, because it's so up and down, that you're not making any progress, but really that is the process. It just doesn't seem like it. It seems so hard sometimes. I'm like, am I really healing? Am I as far as I've come? But then something will come up and I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't feel like I felt before. Or sometimes I feel the exact same way, but just knowing that, not trying to not let it defeat me, because it's okay. You didn't get it this time, but maybe next time. And if not, okay. Giving yourself grace for sure. That's something I've had to remind myself of.
I speak as someone who has had multiple different avenues of healing in my journey as a survivor. So I speak as the little teenage girl that was whole life changed and had to just learn how to walk and was in a wheelchair and barely walked across stage to graduate, and just accept that that was an accomplishment. But I also speak as the girl who was really sad and traumatized by losing my cheer and dance of my senior year. I speak as someone that worked really hard to just do well in college and overcome all the adversity against me graduating, but then became really great as a student. And then I was a student for a long time because I could be good at it. And then I speak as someone that slowly overcame everything through a lot of struggle and having to be selfish. I speak as someone that really just wanted to have kids and be married and be normal and just have normal life. And I worked really hard to get there, but still someone that's damaged and still needs to heal so that I don't project my trauma onto my children. I speak as someone that has trauma linger in their life forever in all different ways, and little things trigger it in ways that, you don't ever really think. It just pops up. It's just there. I speak as someone that has worked really hard to have a good career, but also know that my career isn't who I am. So I speak as someone who is at least willing to take the leap of faith that it's going to work out, whatever comes next. And if it doesn't, I'll try something else. And you have to be okay with that too. And I'll always speak as that little girl that was told she was worth nothing and that no one would love her other than him, to work really hard to share my story so that no one else feels that way, and to know that they are worthy and empowered to not let anyone belittle them with who they are.